Imagine living in a world without cities, roads, farms, or supermarkets. If you felt hungry, there was no refrigerator to open, no restaurant to visit, no grocery store around the corner. Instead, you had to walk into forests, plains, or mountains and find your food in nature. Sometimes you might hunt animals. Other times you might search for fruits, roots, nuts, or edible plants. But every day brought the same question. Would you find enough food to survive? This was the reality for most of human history. For tens of thousands of years, humans lived as hunter-gatherers. These were small groups of people who survived by hunting animals and gathering wild plants. In fact, scientists believe that the hunter-gatherer lifestyle lasted for more than 90% of human history. Long before farming, long before cities, long before writing, humans depended entirely on the natural world. But how did they survive in such a difficult environment? And what can we learn from the way our earliest ancestors lived? To answer that question, we need to travel far back in time to the earliest chapters of human history. The story of hunter-gatherers begins with the origins of modern humans. Scientists have discovered that modern humans, known as Homo sapiens, first appeared in Africa around 200,000 to 300,000 years ago. Over many generations, small groups of humans slowly migrated out of Africa and spread across the globe. They traveled across deserts, forests, grasslands, and icy regions. By around 15,000 to 20,000 years ago, humans had reached nearly every continent on Earth except Antarctica. But surviving in these new environments required incredible adaptability. Early humans did not have metal tools, advanced weapons, or modern technology. Instead, they relied on their intelligence, cooperation, and deep knowledge of the natural world. Hunter-gatherer groups were usually small, often between 20 and 50 people. Living in smaller communities helped them move more easily and share resources. These groups were often made up of families and relatives who worked together to survive. The responsibilities within the group were shared. Some people hunted animals, which provided meat, bones for tools, and animal skins for clothing. Others gathered plant foods like berries, nuts, seeds, roots, and wild grains. Research by anthropologists suggests that gathered plant foods often made up a large portion of the diet in many hunter-gatherer societies. Hunting was important, but gathering provided reliable food on many days. One of the reasons hunter-gatherers moved frequently was because they depended on seasonal resources. When animals migrated or plants stopped growing in an area, the group would move to a new location. This way of life is called nomadic. Nomadic groups carried only the tools and supplies they could transport easily. They built temporary shelters using branches, animal skins, or grasses. Sometimes they used caves or natural rock shelters for protection. Life was physically demanding, but it also required knowledge and skill. Hunter-gatherers had to understand animal behavior, weather patterns, and the location of edible plants. They needed to know which berries were safe to eat and which could be poisonous. This knowledge was passed down through generations by storytelling and observation. One of the most important tools for survival was the development of hunting technology. Early humans created spears tipped with sharpened stone points. These tools made it easier to hunt animals from a safer distance. Later, humans invented more advanced hunting tools, such as spear throwers and eventually bows and arrows. These innovations allowed hunters to target animals more effectively. Some hunting strategies involved cooperation. Groups of hunters might work together to surround animals or drive them into traps or cliffs. Large animals like mammoths or bison could provide food for an entire group for many days. But hunting was dangerous and unpredictable. Animals were powerful and sometimes fought back. Because of this, hunter-gatherers never relied on just one source of food. Their ability to gather plants, hunt animals, and fish in rivers or lakes gave them a flexible survival strategy. Another major development in hunter-gatherer societies was the control of fire. Archaeological evidence suggests that humans were using fire at least hundreds of thousands of years ago. Fire allowed humans to cook food, making it easier to chew and digest. Cooking also helped kill harmful bacteria in meat. Fire provided warmth in cold climates and light at night. Perhaps most importantly, fire helped bring people together. Even today, researchers believe that gathering around a fire encouraged communication and storytelling. These social interactions helped strengthen relationships and allowed knowledge to be passed down from one generation to the next. Hunter-gatherer societies also developed cultural traditions. Archaeologists have discovered evidence of art, jewelry, and burial rituals among early humans. In caves across Europe, Africa, and Asia, prehistoric people painted animals and symbols on cave walls. Some of these cave paintings are more than 30,000 years old. These discoveries suggest that early humans had complex beliefs, traditions, and ways of expressing creativity. Hunter-gatherer societies were also often surprisingly equal. Unlike later agricultural societies where land ownership created wealth differences, most hunter-gatherer groups shared food and resources. Anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer communities, such as the San people of southern Africa, have observed strong traditions of sharing and cooperation. This helped ensure that everyone in the group had a better chance of surviving difficult times. But life as a hunter-gatherer was still full of uncertainty. Food supplies depended on nature. Severe weather, droughts, or failed hunts could create serious challenges. As the Earth's climate changed after the last ice age around 12,000 years ago, some environments began to support more plant growth. In certain regions, humans began experimenting with growing plants themselves. Over time, this led to the development of agriculture and the rise of farming communities. This transformation is known as the Neolithic Revolution. But even after farming spread to many parts of the world, hunter-gatherer societies did not disappear. Some groups continued living as hunter-gatherers for thousands of years, and a few communities still practice similar lifestyles today. Studying hunter-gatherer societies helps historians and scientists understand how humans lived for most of our history. It also reminds us that many skills we rely on today began with our early ancestors. Observation of nature, cooperation with others, creativity in solving problems. These qualities allowed humans to survive in some of the most challenging environments on Earth. The story of hunter-gatherers is not just the story of survival, it is the story of human adaptability, curiosity, and resilience. Long before cities and technology, our ancestors learned how to live with the natural world, and their experiences shaped the foundation of human civilization. The next time you eat a meal or walk through a modern city, remember that for most of human history, survival looked very different. And everything we have today began with small groups of people exploring the world, learning from nature, and working together to survive. Civilizations developed. Reflection question. Do you think humans today could survive using only the skills and knowledge of hunter-gatherers? What abilities would people need to learn in order to live successfully without modern technology?